Hey speakers, we're going to go ahead and get into it. So go ahead and like and subscribe and let's get started. Hey, to all my speaker fam. How's everyone doing this evening, tonight, rather? Well, this morning, because I think I will be dropping this video first thing in the morning. But as I came on earlier and promised that I was going to watch and review the actual interview of part 2 of Unique and Tasha K, which of course it was titled Phone Recordings, and of course it was the rebuttal to pretty much everything that Rocky / Tasha has been going out and stating on their interviews. Now it is coming kind of late again. Here we are, 1 a.m. and I'm still doing recordings. Kind of got tied up, as well as I had another video to come out. If you have not watched that, go ahead and watch my previous video. And pretty much that was in reference to Mel's interview that she had today with Bossa. But anywho, before we dive into it, everyone, please go ahead and like, subscribe, and turn on those notification bells so you'll always be notified. And let's go ahead and get into it. Not gonna hold you. So, of course, Tasha K sat down with Unique again for part 2. Unique pretty much stated that, she thought after the last interview, everything was going to kind of calm down, go away. But of course, it did not. We seen where Latasha has been on several interviews. I think the latest was the one that she had with the brat, where Rocky was in attendance as well, pretty much shaking in his boots, from what it looks like, because he couldn't be still. And pretty much she decided to come on as a rebuttal because she's saying that it is being, put out there like she crazy and he don't know her and everything. And she said, "Oh, you thought I didn't have them receipts either? Oh, okay, I got you." So anywho, she got back in touch with Tasha K and ready to drop more bombs. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. Now, first, she did start out by saying that, she didn't expect for this to go this far. She said pretty much, she decided to do her song, tell her story. She never knew that all of this was going to be dragged out in the blog. She never thought that it was gonna, pretty much be the highlight of everything that was going on. But she said she was triggered by a lot of things. Of course, we know she stated that the first trigger was the interview that Tasha previously done when she sat down and she was asked in reference to the mistress and the alleged baby. And Tasha made mention that wasn't no mistress, wasn't no baby. That kind of triggered Unique, which we found out in her previous interview with Tasha K, the reasoning behind why it was a trigger. So it wasn't just so much as what she said. She said a lot of things had played out behind the scenes was the reason why she came out and kind of put everything in perspective and put it on blast. She also stated that even since her interview or whatever, she has still been getting threats in her DMs. She said behind the scenes that it is a lot that is going on behind the scenes. And pretty much she said Edward Vance, don't forget the junior, which that is his full name, because of course Rocky made sure that Tasha K knew that Unique's real name was Tawanda. So I guess she said, "You out here giving my government, let me go ahead and give you your whole government." And she said that basically he changed that name for a reason. It wasn't just because Rocky sound good. He changed that name for a specific reason, which she'll kind of go over later here in the interview. She also went on to say that pretty much it's easy to tell the truth. It's hard to keep up with a lie. She said when you tell one lie, you have to keep up with it and tell more lies. She said, so it's just as easy just to tell the truth. And I think pretty much what she was saying with all of them interviews that Rocky has done, phone conversations with Tasha K, being on the what was it, Ricky Smiley morning show and all of that, he not keeping up with the lies he telling. Now we also know that the same thing that pretty much he was telling Tasha K, during a recorded phone call was the same message he sent to Tamika. So it's like you can't even keep up. You know, as it was said, you just a sloppy criminal because you pretty much sending out the same threats to different people. So that just even make it seem more like, yeah, you really don't really know what you're doing. But anyways, she said that pretty much he lied to her. He said that Tasha, him and Tasha was pretty much business, and that's all that it was. She said that he, of course, as she stated in her previous video, that he was supposed to be moving money, making the money, moving the money, and moving her and her children, you know, into a home where they all would live happily ever after. And so pretty much she feels betrayed because he lied. Now, Tasha K said that another woman has hit her up, and she said that pretty much she don't know why Unique is tripping because she had actually been a mistress for 14 years to Rocky. Good Lord, Rocky, I just need to know, how is it that you able to keep up with all these different women? Tasha K says she is getting DMs daily with people alleging to have been with Rocky. And they not just DMing, they're DMing with receipts. So as Unique said, he got a whole roster full of women that he has dealt with. Um, Tasha K did say that, you know, the lady that is pretty much stating that she's been a mistress for 14 years, she's not ready to come out just yet, but I'm pretty sure eventually she probably will. Unique said that her problem is the sacrifices that she has made, and he has pretty much betrayed her. She said that she has went through 3 different pregnancies, one AB, one miscarriage, and then one, I'm assuming, I think it was something. Maybe it might be 2 miscarriages, one AB and 2 miscarriages, maybe, because I know that something was going on with the last pregnancy as well. But she said she has betrayed, went against her beliefs and everything for this man, and for him to pretty much be taking her through this and doing all that he's doing. She said that it's just a bit much. She said, but it is pretty much kind of be to be expected because pretty much everyone he is close to, he has talked about. She went. She also stated that she went through emotional and mental abuse. She said that he was the type of person that would hype you all up, make you feel like the world was yours, and then next thing you know, he would say something or do something, to bring you back down. And then of course, when he felt that, you potentially could be leaving him, then he wants to come back around and whisper them sweet nothings and get you back in his good grace. She said that he has never been physical with her, but she said it has been times that, she did feel as though it could have went that way because of the way he was all up in her face and, blowing up, similar to somebody else that we know, but we ain't gonna make this about him. Also, Tasha K stated that he, when she mentioned to him about Unique and the alleged pregnancies, he was acting like he was so surprised, like he had never heard that, didn't know nothing about it. And she said that, why would I be lying on him? He didn't have nothing. I used to give him money. I would send him money. So I know everybody was kind of, oh, this is a clout chase. Oh, she was with him for money. But we seen receipts from the last interview that pretty much she was cash apping him as well as him cash apping her. So when you tend to see transactions like that, it is more look to be something like a relationship, because in a relationship you tend one do for one, the other do for the other, whereas it wasn't one-sided where he was always sending money to her, and it wasn't always like she was sending the money to him. So it wasn't like nobody was tricking on nobody. It just seems as though this was normal, what you would think to be a relationship. She also said that pretty much he moved her by Tasha. She said originally when he suggested that she move down the street from where him and Tasha lived. She didn't want to because she stated that she didn't like the school district, and pretty much her children's schooling was more important than anything. But when things, kind of didn't go that way, and she said she found that, in a certain area she was looking to move and Fayetteville was more expensive, that's how she winded up being in pretty much in the same neighborhood as him and Tasha. But she said that she since then has moved. She said shortly after everything first came out in November, she moved that January following she moved. She said that he has been on several interviews and has went so far as to bring her family in it, claiming that her family is a family full of criminals. And she said, pretty much her family, they work hard. They are entrepreneurs, they work hard. And she said, you speaking of families, but you the one out here being investigated for $30,000. My family not being investigated, but you are. So I don't know if this is something she know on the back end or going behind the scenes that, maybe it is an investigation going. Maybe Tamika has decided to follow through with the alleged $30,000 and move forward with it. I don't know, but she said that he's being investigated for $30,000. So I don't know. I'm gonna say that's alleged because I don't know where she was going with that. But anywho, she said he has really shown her who he really is. With everything that he has done thus far up to this point, he has really, really shown her who he really is. And she said throughout the years, she always gave him benefit of the doubt. He was always able to sweet talk his way back in. She said, but now she really see, how manipulative he is. She said that on times that she have tried to leave the situation, he has even threatened so much to unalive himself. And, I guess if she leave, he don't want to live no more. I'm assuming that's what that meant. She also said that she would text from other women's phone, and you told her just imagine. Oh, she was stating that she would be getting text messages and DMs from other women that he was, dealing with, and he pretty much told her, okay, well, if you getting them, just imagine how many text messages and DMs Tasha getting. If you getting them, she getting them too. I guess that means to say, look, you get with the program. Oh yeah, because if I can't do nothing about them sending messages to my wife, I guess he definitely couldn't do nothing about them sending them to you. He also stated that Tamika had proof of, him allegedly cheating on her, and she potentially could expose him. She said she felt as though he was telling her that, kind of preparing her for the show, because I guess he didn't really know what was going to all be exposed on the show. So I guess he was trying to give her a heads up and trying to, gaslight her so she wouldn't feel any type of way if something was to have came out. Also, she said that pretty much she thanked God, that she was able to dodge the bullets, because with the roster of women he had been dealing with, she's just thankful that she never caught any type of STD. She said taking her sea moss and blueberries really, she feel worked the trick, because pretty much she dodged that bullet. And that is so true. You having a roster of women, it's clear that you're probably, sleeping with these women unprotected, going home to your wife and going home to, well, I'm not gonna say going home to Unique, but sleeping with Unique, going home to your wife and sleeping with these other women. That is just too much. Tasha K stated that a lot of people have been questioning the fact that Unique had been on divorce court. And she was like, yeah, they went dug that up. I've been on divorce court twice. She said, I'm very transparent. I have no reason to lie about anything. She said, but as far as me being this type of person that want a clout chase, she said that Rocky wasn't no flex. She was like, Rocky wasn't no flex. Why would I want to gain clout from him when pretty much she was giving him money. He ain't had no money. She said she's never had a problem getting a man, and she really could have gotten a man with some money that really could have helped her. Because as we all know, in the previous video, she made mention that how they originally started, dating or whatever, is he was helping with her son with his sports. And he, she mentioned to him that she, wanted to pursue a singing career, a rap career, however. And he claimed that he would be able to help her, which she found out that he was just full of it, because he ain't help her do nothing but would almost send her to the crazy house. But anywho, um, Tasha K asked her, "What is it about Rocky?" She said, "Is it the DICK?" And she was like, "No, it ain't all that." She said Rocky has a mouthpiece. He knows how to smooth talk women. He knows how to talk his way, and he knows how to pump himself up like he the man, like he the boss, like he try to come off and portray like he has so much power, but when it come down to it, he don't have as much power as he put on to be. She went on to say he's just one of them type of people that he'll lift you up, then let you right back down. And a lot of times, he would make her feel guilty. He would make her feel guilty about the way she felt. And when she would want to leave and leave him alone, of course, that's again when he would come around with that guilt trip and wanting to unalive himself. Um, she said that he went as far as to line in reference to his mother's passing. She said, "Now that is a sick man when he would lie about that." Now I don't know what story exactly he told her about his mom, because she said, out of respect of his other family members, and they had nothing to do with none of this, she wasn't going to go into detail about it. Tasha did ask her, "Well, has his mom passed?" She said, "Yeah, his mom has passed, but I'm assuming he must have made up some type of lie or something as to maybe the reason how she passed or when she passed. I'm not really sure." She said she just didn't want to go into it because of out of respect for other family members. And pretty much she went on to say that pretty much the reason him and Tasha is still together is because he has a lot on her too. It's like she has covered up a lot, and she's a accessory to a lot of the things that he's done. So pretty much if he go down, she go down. And they both know it. So it's almost like they both stuck with each other. He told her that pretty much he was tired of Tasha, and he never forgave her for cheating on him with a well-known celebrity. Now Tasha K was trying to fish it out of her who the celebrity was, and I really was trying to hear that too. But again, she was like, she know this person, and she doesn't want to drag him in this because they're cool. She didn't want to drag him in this, but it is a well-known celebrity that everyone knows, and he has 3 initials. I don't know what that could be. I don't know, but trust and believe, so many names was trying to go through my head, and I wasn't gonna catch a headache with that. Because again, like with a lot of it, when she said that they would have those pillow talks, and she's relaying everything to Tasha, she said, "I have to put a ledge on it because he lies so much, you never really know if he's really telling you the truth, or is this just something that he's saying." Because a lot of men is that way. When they decide to step out and cheat, of course, they not gonna go and tell the other woman, "Oh yeah, I have the best wife in the world, and she this and she that." They're gonna tend to bring up reasons as to why they're doing what they're doing, so it doesn't make them seem as though they're wrong. They try to justify the reasons as to why they're stepping out, because it would kind of seem dumb for them to say they have a perfect wife at home, but yet I'm still here with you. So and she said that. She said that pretty much I have to say alleged because this is what he told me. And of course, we all can see and hear he tends to lie. Um, she said that basically they've done a lot of dirt together. And she said that ain't alleged. They've done a lot of dirt together, so pretty much they stuck together. Um, she said that he is one of these ones that, during the pillow talk, he didn't talk about pretty much all of his friends that he deal with. She did mention Jacquees and Baby. She mentioned that, he has a lot to say. So I'm pretty sure what he does is he go pillow talk and probably tell their business. So she probably know a lot of their personal business. You know, but again, she constantly says, I'm not that type of person. I'm not gonna drag nobody into this situation that has nothing to do with this situation. So she definitely wasn't going into details with the things that he have told her, but she said that yes, he does tend to have a lot of opinions and say different things in reference to his friends. Um, she said that um Tasha K asked her in reference to Candy, and she said she laughed and she was like, "Yeah, he is infatuated with Candy." She said, "Candy is all that he talk about. You would swear that he was in love with Candy." And he also had, told Unique that Latasha has always been mad. I'm sorry, that Candy has always been mad because he chose Latasha instead of her. Now, correct me if I'm wrong and leave it out in the comments, but that ain't the story we heard. We heard that to be backwards. We heard that to where you tried to talk to Candy, she didn't want you, so you moved on to Tasha, who was second best. And she perhaps allegedly has always been slick side kind of jealous or envious because you originally wanted Candy and not her. That was the story I heard. Now I don't know if I'm lying, the people lying. I don't know, but that is what I gathered. But of course, you're not gonna say that you were rejected. You're not gonna tell this woman you were rejected by Candy. You're gonna make it seem as though you chose Tasha over Candy, and Candy just wants you because you even went on to tell Unique that if you wanted to sleep with Candy, you could. Oh yeah. I'm pretty sure if you got a long roster, as long as your arm, uh, I'm pretty sure you would want Candy more than she would definitely want you. Let's just call it for what it is. She never wanted you, sir. Not even from back then when you tried to get her. So anywho, yeah, she said that he pretty much talks about her a lot. Tasha K also went on to ask her, "Do you feel bad for Tasha?" And Unique said, "At first she did." She said, "But as of now, she doesn't." And that's because of all the threats that pretty much Rocky has said. Again, um, you don't know if that's even true because basically he has been sending her messages saying him and Tasha is gonna sue her and this way and Tasha may not even know nothing about a lawsuit. So it's like you can't really trust anything that he's saying because he is known to lie. Um, she said that they don't have, she said, but I can tell you one thing, they don't have an open relationship. She said because she's heard several conversations over the phone. Like Tasha would kind of call, when they were together, just to kind of update on how her day was going, XYZ. And she would be made to kind of hush and not say nothing. Now, if you in an open relationship, why you gotta hush somebody from talking if you in an open relationship? Why would he have to lie if he has an open marriage? I mean, she said, why would I need to be a secret? He also told her that he could have 15 baby mamas and Tasha wasn't going nowhere. It's dead, so it didn't matter how many people came out and said that they had a baby for him. Tasha wasn't going nowhere. That's a narcissist for you. They figure they could do whatever they want, whenever they want, and you ain't going nowhere. Unique also, Tasha K stated that one of Unique's brothers had reached out to her because he wanted the information on how to get in touch with Rocky because he needed to see him. Unique, now one thing I do know, being me from Louisiana, them people in the NOLA not gonna play with Rocky. You might intimidate everybody else. You might try to push your weight around everywhere else. But baby, down there in the crescent, you holds no weight. You holds no weight. And I guarantee you they will get you together. Anywho, Unique said that Rocky keeps saying it's federal because he got some federal SHIT going on himself. That's why he keep bringing up the feds, because pretty much he running from the feds. She said that Rocky has told her that he can stop everything that she got going. He has even made mention to her that women in his past that has tried to, I guess, do what she's doing, if they're still around, they're miserable with their life. Saying that to say he able to shut you down, any emotion you got, he gonna put a hold to that if you're still around. That's a threat on the cool. That is a real life threat on the cool. And like she told Tasha K, you have to be careful when you're speaking with him, because a lot of times through all that fast talking and talking over you, he's threatening you in a way that you have to kind of think whether or not it's a threat. But normally it's coming across as a threat, like a bully. She also said that he was out here throwing, that he had been known to be out there throwing 12-year-old little girls and dressing them up and putting them out there on the street. Now, I don't know. That's alleged. I don't know, but that came out of her mouth, not mine. And I'm assuming that may have been around some of his R. Kelly days, because we do know that he worked really, really close and was very, very close with R. Kelly. So I don't know if that's what she was talking about. I don't know. She also said that she has been sparing him for a very long time. And you can kind of tell with the conversation of this lady that she still kind of spare him. She's, she telling, but then it's a little bits and pieces that she's still trying to spare him on. And I think deep down inside he know it. And I think this might be the interview that may shut him down, because she got a little more detailed with this interview versus the last one. Now, she had her text messages or whatever, but this time we gonna hear some recordings from him that you ain't gonna be able to lie your way out of it, number one. But I think she knows a lot of what he has going on. It's, when it comes to, I'm gonna say alleged, I don't want to really say criminal activity, but alleged underhanded activity. I'm gonna put it that way. She also said that Rocky told her that Tasha when she mentioned about her during her third pregnancy, she said that pretty much Rocky had to went as far as to tell her, I didn't really want to tell you this, but Tasha got sick and she had to go to the doctor. It came about that she was pregnant, and the doctor pretty much told her that the baby would be, she said that he said the R word. I'm not going to say the R word. He would be mentally challenged, that the child would have liver effects and all kind of other illnesses. So they decided to terminate the pregnancy. And it was all due to something dealing with Rocky's sperm count. Okay. So she said that originally she thought he was lying, like he lied about everything else, and that was just his way of saying that he didn't want her to have a child. But come to find out that, she said that God spared her because, again, she had a miscarriage. Then they got over to the actual receipts. She said that she no longer trusted him. She said that she felt that this day would one day come. And so she started recording every conversation that her and Rocky was having. And boy, was she recording. Now, she had a lot of recordings, but they only played like snippets of the recordings, as well as she also had recordings that had more intimate details. And you would have to actually go to her OnlyFans page to get the actual full text message or recording or what have you. Now, I already did the $12.99 for Tasha K. I ain't paying for no OnlyFans. I ain't doing all that because to me, I'm not that invested in these people. But anywho, on the first recording, you could hear him telling her about the house. That, pretty much they gonna find the house, everything gonna be lovely, they moving in together. He also tells her how real she is. He also went on and stated that he has become more and more cold when it comes to Latasha because pretty much she aggravate him, and that he ready to just tell Tasha about them. He tired of hiding. I guess he on his avant lie about us. He don't want to lie about us no more, And then he also stated that pretty much Tasha had him hot. They was in Vegas. They got mad. I guess had an argument because she wanted to know why he took $500 out of the bank account. He said that I'm just gonna go ahead and tell her about us, and either she gonna deal with it or not. Oh, okay. But here we have it. You calling everybody around the moon to try to deflect all of these interviews and all of that. You call Tasha K pretty much doing everything short of begging her not to interview with Unique. You done been all on Ricky Smiley show trying to, deflect and change the narrative. You going everywhere, but again, you have an open marriage and you don't care whether she know or not. Remember? Oh, okay. Anyways, they were talking about it, and Unique got really emotional about it because I guess she started, just hearing the messages and all of it replaying. She just kept reflecting on the fact that she had wasted 5 years of her life. And pretty much she stated that he had also told her that he didn't know what was going to happen about, after the show. And I'm assuming, with, I guess, things that he felt like maybe Tamika had that was going to come out. He didn't know how that was going to end up. He also said that during the recording of the show that Tasha went into his phone and was writing down phone numbers. And, he wound up going back in her phone and changing the phone numbers. But if y'all have open marriage, why are you searching his phone? Because if y'all have open marriage, you really wouldn't care what is in his phone. Girl, I don't know. Okay. Also, she stated that he called her on the 9th and said that he was taking her to court. And pretty much his defense was going to be he's taking her to court because she's mad. He's taking her to court because of the things that she has said, and that she's mad because he didn't sign her. And like she said, sign me. Who have you ever signed? She said, I don't know nobody that you've signed. So pretty much you could try to waste your money and take her to court, but this woman got recordings and text messages for days. Matter of fact, 5 years worth of text messages. You might want to save that money and maybe go pay your sister-in-law, because I don't think you would win this case, sir. Tasha K said that she found out that Rocky only had a $500 Amex credit limit. Now, I don't know now. But your credit score can't be sitting on swole with only a $500 credit limit to Amex to say you a boss. That's kind of strange. He also called Unique and said that he was going to leak their videos. And pretty much she said, oh, okay, you can go ahead. Don't forget I have videos, but better yet, you'll go to jail because that's considered to be revenge porn. It's like this man is going out of his way trying to do everything to bring this woman down. Tasha asked Unique, has she ever heard about Rocky allegedly being with a man or having relationships with a man? She said she had heard it before, but I guess she never really entertained it. Well, Tasha K say, well, I got a phone call from a young man. Matter of fact, it was the young man that was supposed to have been the one that was going to lie and say that Todd had slept with him, because I'm assuming the young man is transgender. And so Rocky pretty much, he let Tasha K know that Rocky had pretty much called him and asked him for a favor, and he was supposed to be the one that was going to lie and say that Todd had been with him. But after he, saw that all of this was going on social media, he, decided to get in touch with Candy to tell Candy, pretty much he really was scared of Rocky, and he originally agreed. But when he thought about everything he could potentially lose, he don't want to have nothing to do with that. And he said if it come out, all of it's a lie. The guy also contacted Tasha K and let her know that he, it was a lie, and pretty much he don't want his identity out there, but it was a lie. Him and Rocky had been friends for years. Tasha K pretty much said, well, why would he trust and call you to do it? He said, Rocky does things for me all the time, and I do things for him. She also stated that the young man pretty much alleged that they had been together. And at that point, it's like Unique kind of slumped down, because just imagine how she feel. Not only is he dragging you through the mud, not only have you wasted 5 years, not only have you been betrayed by someone that you love, but now you sitting up here hearing that potentially he could have alleged slept with a man. That's a lie. And pretty much, Tasha K said that the identity of the man, she's not going to expose the man because, that was a promise that she made. Tasha also asked Unique, would you now, with everything that has came out, do you feel as though you owe Tasha an apology? Unique literally broke down. Like, literally broke down. And she was like, yes. She said, yeah, because it's obvious he lied to both of us. Because keep in mind, she had stuck with that story that he told her that him and Tasha was a business deal. She said she could call him all through the night. He would answer. He would spend days with her. He even flew her to Houston and Dallas and all of that. They were moving like someone in a relationship. And she said that being that her parents had did it, she had co-parented with her child's father, and they had no relation. She felt as though this was norm and they were not together because, for one, he didn't handle her as if she was his wife, because he was pretty much doing whatever he wanted to do. So she said that pretty much she felt that God protected her. And again, she got really emotional. She said she knows what it feels like. She said that, yes, she does feel sorry for Tasha. She said, but she has always said that if Tasha ever wanted to speak with her, she would be open for a conversation, because she know what that hurt feel like, because it has happened to her. And she feels as though he has manipulated both of them. And to me, that's big. That's big, because as we all know and have seen, it's so many women that will stay in denial, will stay making it as though it's the woman's fault. I have never, through these interviews with her, I haven't necessarily seen where she is blaming Tasha for the reason Rocky cheating, because she is stuck with the story that they weren't together because this is what he told her. I say until the papers is signed, he's still married, but hey, that's me or whatever. Not one upping her, because at the end of the day, it still was wrong. But at the same time, I do feel like he manipulated the both of them. Both of them gonna have a lot of healing to do and trying to survive a narcissist. I mean, it is what it is. And Tasha K seriously believes that after this interview and Tasha hearing this interview, she said she do feel as though that this is going to change things with Tasha and Rocky, because pretty much how do you lie your way out of this? But then again, as Unykue says, she feel like they stuck. And Tasha K mentioned also that Rocky's niece was supposed to be sitting on this interview too. That's the reason why they're on the couch, because the niece was supposed to be in there because alleged they're having to take a paternity test because Rocky has slept with his niece. And the niece was supposed to come during this interview, but she got afraid. She got afraid that Rocky would find out she was in Atlanta. So she chose not to come. What in the hell type of incest mess they got going on? Totally forget about Unykue. Totally forget that you stole or assisted with alleged stealing my sister's money. Despite the whole roster of women, you slept with your niece allegedly. We'd have been at the courthouse a long time ago. Because in order for you to have to take a paternity test, that means you've been there. I don't know what kind of weird mess they got going on in the celebrity world, but guarantee I'll stay over here on the regular people side, because this here is a hot mess, if you hear me. But anyways, y'all, that was all I had on the interview. Like I said, you can go to Unykue's OnlyFans page to hear the full recordings of him, her, and Rocky on the phone. If you want to see the interview, I think Tasha K may cut clips or whatever. Otherwise, other than that, you would have to subscribe to her channel. So that's why I tried to be as detailed as I possibly could, so no one has to go and spend their coin on, looking at it. I'll try to break it down as much as I could. But anywho, y'all, that was pretty much it. Like and subscribe on your way out. Also, leave a comment down below and let me know how you feel, or did you get a chance or opportunity to watch this interview? And let me know how you feel that Unykue has apologized and stated that she's willing to sit down with Latasha. Do you think Latasha and Rocky will survive this? Or do you think she'll call it quits? Or do you think that she's stuck and scared of the repercussions because of maybe some activity that has went on that would incriminate the both of them? Anywho, either way, go ahead and like and subscribe, turn on notification bells, and until the next time, love you.